Hello everyone. I guess everyone can hear me now. Thank you. First of all, thank you for joining our graduate program's webinar session. My name is Hanifi Mercan. I am a PhD student and a research assistant at Sabancı University. First of all, let me go over the content of the session. The session will take 1 hour, having 2 parts. In the first part, our professors will introduce their respective disciplines. In the second part, we will have a live question and answer session. You can use Q&A box to ask your question to us. So, okay, now we can start with our first panelist, Professor Albert Levy, will introduce Computer Science and Engineering program.
Hello, welcome. Thanks for the introduction, Hanifi. My name is Albert Levy. I am one of the professors of Computer Science and Engineering, and I'm also graduate coordinator of the Computer Science and Engineering programs in graduate programs. As Canan Hoca mentioned, we are offering degrees in Master of Science and also PhD degrees in Computer Science and Engineering, and we cover different research areas, also the teaching areas in computer science and engineering, such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and in robotics, but mostly in the cognitive part of the robotics rather than the mechanical part. Computer graphics, augmented reality, virtual reality, and visualization, data visualization especially. Network and network security is another research area, including cryptography and privacy, but we also have another graduate program in cybersecurity that Professor Savaş will talk in a moment. Other research areas are related with data analytics and data science. Again, we have another master's program in data analytics that Professor Yanukoğlu will talk later on. Vision, computer vision, and different signal processing areas we work on. And also we work on distributed systems, high performance computing, and different and general area of software engineering, including software validation and testing. Our faculty members include different, Hanifi, can you move on? Okay. We have 15 faculty members now, including the ones that are going to join in the next semester, in different levels, in different areas that I mentioned. I don't want to name all of them, but you can also see their areas of research in the website, and also as Professor Atılgan mentioned in the general session, there are projects listed and there are faculty members associated with the projects in the main graduate application site. And if you want to apply one of the projects, you can directly contact the professors as well. And also, even if there is no project in association with the professor that you want to work with, you can also directly write to them. They are always happy to answer your requests. And in the questions and answer, I will be more than happy to answer any specific questions that you might have. Thank you.
Thank you for the talk, Albert Hoca. Now, Professor Erkay Savaş will introduce cybersecurity program.
Thank you very much, Hanifi. My name is Erkay Savaş. I'm a professor of computer science and engineering at Sabancı University. And I'm also a coordinator of the computer science program. And also I'm the director of the graduate programs in cybersecurity. Hanifi, can you, next slide, please? All right. So I'm going to give you some basic information, some introductory information about our graduate programs in cybersecurity. And our cybersecurity program, started 2 years ago. This is our second year. We are finishing off the second year. We have, we are awarding PhD and master degrees in cybersecurity. So we are working in different, subjects in research, in cybersecurity. These are the research areas that I can maybe mention a couple of them. And so we're working in computer and network security, biometrics and biometric security and privacy, blockchain applications, security, and cryptography. We are more in the, can you go back, Hanefi? More in the applied cryptography side. We are also working in cryptographic engineering, software and hardware realizations of cryptographic systems, wireless system security, data security and privacy, and software security. We are working in this area. And also we are working in malware detection and analysis. And we have some subfields that we are working in cybersecurity and cryptography in general. Okay. Can we move on to the next slide, Hanefi? So we have 9 professors and faculty members working in related areas in cybersecurity or privacy. Albert Levy is working in network security and wireless network security. Berin Yanıkoğlu is working in AI and machine learning, but she is also working in biometrics, which is related to security and also security and privacy in biometrics. Cemal Yılmaz is a software testing and validation, but in the last 10 years, he is also working in some attacks like micro-architecture attacks. I'm Erkay Savaş. I'm working in applied cryptography, computer arithmetic, and related fields. Erdin Öztürk is working in cryptographic engineering, implementation of cryptographic algorithms. Kamer Kaya is also interested in cryptography, and his research areas recently is blockchain application security. Mehmet Emre Gürsoy is a new faculty member. He's working in privacy, which is also related in security fields. Orçuner Çetin is also a new member of our team, our faculty. He's working in cybersecurity, and in particular malware detection and analysis. Yücel Saygın is in the privacy part, privacy preserving, data mining, and related applications. So that's it on my end, and I will be happy to answer questions in the question and answer section. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you for the talk, Erkay Hocam. Now, Professor Berin Yanıkoğlu will introduce data science program.
Hi, so I'm Berin Yanıkoğlu. I've been with the CS program for 20 years, and I'm also the director of Verim, which is our Center of Excellence in Data Analytics, which was formed in 2016. This year, we are starting this master's program on data science. As you know, data science is one of the fastest growing fields, and it's an interdisciplinary field also, which requires sort of a strong program bringing together many courses from computer science, industrial engineering, electronical engineering, and even IT program. So this year is the first year, and what we have is we are covering all of the core areas in data science, anywhere from collecting and storing this data on the cloud, learning, finding patterns in the data, and data analytics, prediction, and so on. And we are also interested in the security and privacy of this data. Hanefi, can you move to our slide? One before. The one before, yeah. So we have cloud computing, data mining, data privacy and security, data visualization, high performance computing, machine learning, optimization and decision making, and statistics areas. We can move to the faculty members. So we have about 15 to 20 faculty members who are at the core of the program, but also many more affiliated members. So I'm working in AI and machine learning. Bülent Çatay is working on Logistics and Transformation in the Industrial Engineering program. Erdinç Öztürk is working on high performance computing aspect. Gizem Özbaygın, Güvenç Şahin, and Kemal Kılıç are working on decision support systems and optimization. Sait Ölmez is working on machine learning and statistics. Kamer Kaya is on high performance computing. Mehmet Emre Gürsoy and Onur Varol, they are just joining us. They are new recruits for our faculty this year. They are working on privacy and security and also social network and machine learning aspects. Öznur Taştan and Reyyan Yeniterzi and Selim Balcısoy, they are working on machine learning aspects. Sinan Yıldırım is working on statistics, and Yücel Saygın is working on data mining and also data privacy. That's all that I want to say.
Okay, thank you for the talk, Berin Hocam. Now, Professor Burak Koçuk will introduce industrial engineering.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Burak Koçuk. I'm a faculty member in the Industrial Engineering program and also the graduate coordinator for the last 2 years. Can we move to the Industrial Engineering slides, please? Okay, thank you. So we are offering master's and PhD degrees in Industrial Engineering, and currently we have around 40 students, mostly supported by full scholarship and some by projects. And our research areas are summarized in this slide: innovation and manufacturing strategies, manufacturing processes and equipment, optimization and decision theory, and production and logistics systems planning. But I have to mention that manufacturing side of our faculty is more concentrated on the manufacturing engineering graduate program. So if you are more interested in manufacturing, I would recommend you to have a look at the manufacturing graduate program as well. So as in many fields, in our field also, we have two aspects. One is the foundations and the other is the applications. So please stay on the same slide. So our methodology work is concentrated on many aspects of industrial engineering, including deterministic optimization, stochastic optimization, analysis of stochastic systems, simulation, statistics, data science, and game theory. And we use these foundations, these theory and methods to solve application problems from different areas, such as transportation and supply chain, humanitarian logistics, energy systems, production systems, revenue management, social networks, and manufacturing. And we support the foundation topics by our courses in different fields, especially in operations research, which is a main topic for us. So we offer a lot of courses in operations research methodology and applications. In addition, we also offer courses in simulation, statistics, and data science. We support our research by research labs. So mostly these are virtual labs. They are just computer labs, if you think about it, but they are good places to gather around and communicate with other faculty members and graduate students. Especially, we have two such research labs called Smart Mobility and Logistics and System Modeling and Decision Analytics. And if you want more information about all these things, we have a separate IE graduates advertisement website, which is also in the slide, iegrad.sabancı.edu. So we expect our students to focus on their courses and research during their studies, but also help us with some of the courses along the way as well. So let's go to the next slide where we list our faculty members. So currently we are the largest group in the FENS, Faculty of Engineering and Natural Sciences. So this is partly because we have a large undergraduate population, but we use this to our advantage and diversify our research areas in many different fields. So it will probably take me a lot of time to go over everyone here, but I will just refer you to our website, and you can find a lot of information about each of our faculty members there as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the talk, Burak Hocam. Now we will continue for the question and answer session. So please use create chat box from the below in the middle screen of your webinar session. Please do not try to raise hand. We will accept questions only from chat box, from create chat box. Sorry. So actually, we already have a question. I guess this question is for Albert Hocam. So this is a long question. So he or she is wondering whether he or she is required to have decided and enrolled in one of the research projects before the interview, and he or she graduated from medical science student and applied completely different field, which is computer science. And the participant is wondering whether he or she has a weak acceptance or not.
Okay, first of all, it is not a must to apply to a project first. It is just to increase the chance of acceptance, or at least showing an interest to a particular area is a plus in general. Not, I'm not saying this only for the project applications. If an applicant has an interest in a particular area, and if he or she can contact with one of or more than one professors, it would be something good for him or her. And for the background, actually we examine the applicants case by case. I mean, I cannot say something very specific for a particular background, whether it is a disadvantage or an advantage. We consider all of the cases one by one, because each applicant has a different story, different background. So it is not so easy actually to give a general answer for the background. But in extreme cases, and if we want to accept a student and if the background is not so sufficient, it is always possible to take complementary undergraduate courses before starting the graduate program. We do not do this option too much, but it is technically possible for the students who do not have a proper background.
Okay, thank you for the answer. First of all, I like to okay, let me just a second. Okay, we are getting lots of admission question. In this session, we are more we'll try more answer program dependent questions. So if you have admission problems, please direct your question to that email address, to transcribe of the 7 unit, just on the right hand side of the presentation. Okay, so let me see. We have a problem on biomedical applications of data science. I guess this question is for Berin Hocam. Okay, I will read the question. I want to ask our teacher's perspective on biomedical applications of data analytics and machine learning disciplines as projects as a medical engineering alumni, myself, applying for your computer science and engineering department, hopefully for my master. Okay, Berin Hocam, I guess you are muted.
So as you know, data science deals with any data-related question, machine learning data-related question from any field. So you could possibly work on a biomedical application, and once you're accepted. And in terms of being accepted, I think we just look at your background for being able to complete a computer science master's program. So if your background is sufficient and if you're accepted, yes, of course, you can work on a biomedical application as well. So as long as it involves a data science aspect of it.
So thank you. We have a question about related computer science. I guess Albert Hoca can answer this. I have graduated in chemical engineering technology and wish to continue my graduate studies in computer science and engineering. Would I be accepted?
Actually, in the Q&A, I see a couple of similar questions in general. Undergraduate degree in a different area and continuing to graduate program in computer science and engineering. Actually, I tried to answer this question as an answer to the first one. So we consider all the applicants case by case again. We do not put a special rule or fixed rule for not accepting or accepting students with different backgrounds. We consider all the cases one by one, and we try to understand their background, their interest in computer science, what they have done during their undergraduate study in terms of programming, computer programming and computer science. Did they have some extra courses, online courses maybe, or any other programs, summer schools maybe? We consider all of these cases case by case. That's why it's not so easy to give an answer yes or no to this type of questions. But we consider all cases, all backgrounds in their applications. Please do apply, do not hesitate and do apply. And we are going to consider your cases one by one.
Okay, thank you. I guess there's a common question about how are we going to make interviews in this kind of situation in ongoing pandemic disease. So I guess Erkay can answer this question. So I don't know whether they have decided how to do that, but Erkay can give more.
So there is no final decision yet on this issue. We are going to basically conduct some interviews, and normally we just invite the candidates to our campus, and we do, face-to-face interviews. But sometimes, there are some applicants from abroad, from some other countries. In that case, we are doing online interview. And in that case, if the pandemic situation continues like this, and if we cannot conduct the interviews in face-to-face, in physical, or for some other, reason, we are, of course, going to do the interviews using some online tools like Zoom, Skype, or Google Meet in any way that suits the candidate. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. So I guess we have a question for Burak Hoca. As a master master degree in industrial engineering, should we talk and be matched with the instructors before the application?
No, there's no requirement to contact the instructors before the application, but I do encourage everyone to look at our websites and get a feeling about some professors who they can work with. And also in the application, there is a box where you can write your potential advisors, which might change, of course. And that gives us a lot of idea about the student, not only about the particular topic he or she wants to work, but also did the student do their homework and look at our website, etc. So in short, you don't need to contact anyone, but if you want, you can, because some professors have already funded projects. So for instance, especially for those, it might be beneficial to contact, but in general, you don't need to.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So just let me remind one thing. Okay, we will please direct your admission problems, admission question to our email address that's shared on the right side. Okay, so we can continue, I guess, with Berin Hoca. We have two questions for you. First question is, does data science program also have a PhD research program, or does it contain only master program? And second question, Okay, I guess we can move on second question later. Yes,
Okay,
after.
so the data science program does not have a specific PhD program because I think that, and it won't be probably ever, because I think that right now, data science covers many areas of what we traditionally consider computer science areas or industrial engineering areas or even electrical engineering areas. So when you do a PhD, you're going to be working on a particular problem. So it's hard to sort of consider it in a particular data science field. So we are advising you to continue in wherever your background is, wherever you see your future in such a program, if you want to pursue a PhD program after your data science master. You could easily do a CS PhD, you could do, or an IE PhD as suitable.
Okay, thank you. I guess the second question is deleted. I cannot see it now. So we have a question.
I'm also responding as typing to some of the answers.
Okay, that might be reason. Okay, so we have a question about the interviews as a PhD student. So what kind of question will we hold in interviews, scientific exam or questions which aims to know some candidates? These kind of questions we are getting, I guess, 3 or 4 questions. So I don't know, maybe Erkan or Alberto, they can answer this.
Actually, each program might have different perspective on that, so maybe everybody can answer. But for CS, I can say that for computer science program, I can say that we ask both the personal goals, personal achievements in particular, the previous personal achievements in the subject area. And also, we normally had a science exam, but due to this pandemic situation, we will not be able to hold it this year. That's why we might also ask some technical questions during the interviews as well. I can say we will do both technical questions and the personal achievements and personal during the interview.
Thank you. I guess we have one more question for the Berin Hoca. The question is, can you mention computational research provided for PhD research? He's asking especially regarding GPU for deep learning machine learning research.
We have a high performance computing cluster that students can use. And we also have several smaller servers where we have GPUs. And we can also rent some cloud computing from the cloud computing platforms. So you can have access to many things. Of course, these are costly and time-taking aspect, GPU computing and so on. But we do have state-of-art systems where we can compete even with companies and so on deep learning projects. So we have sufficient resources.
Okay, thank you. We have a question about PhD study modes. I guess Erkan Hoca can answer this. So someone is wondering whether how the PhD study is conducted. Like, it is a full research mode or it is a mixed mode, like first courses and research?
Well, yeah, let me try to answer this question. If the other panelists would like to add something, they can add. Well, usually in Turkey, because of the regulations, I mean, the students, the PhD students have to, basically complete their coursework first, then just take their PhD qualifying exam. If they pass, they just move on to the research stage. But usually, from the day one, so we want and we encourage the PhD students start working on their research project. So this means that, I mean, of course, there is a coursework they have to finish and they complete. They have to, pass the PhD qualifying exam. But all along, basically they have to do and work on a particular research project. I mean, if they can start, early, that is going to be good for them. And for the PhD students who are basically funded by research projects, of course, I mean, they have some responsibilities and some obligations. I mean, for the research project, they have to, basically perform some research project as soon as they are being funded from a research project. So that's it from my end.
I can answer a question.
Sorry, I guess I muted. I guess we can continue with archaeology again. She's wondering whether do we have any quantum computing and information program or research?
Quantum computing, and yeah, I mean, so we do have some, quantum computation, not in computer science. In computer science, we are interested in post-quantum world. So what can we do in the post-quantum world? But there is a research. I mean, there is a faculty member in physics department who is working his research area in the quantum computation and quantum information theory. But other than that, the quantum computation field is really large. So we are not really doing much research in many aspects of it, but it's rather some aspects. I mean, if the question is more specific, I would give a more detailed answer.
Thank you. Next question is for Burak Hocam. What kind of things do you look for the students during the industrial engineering interviews?
Yes, so we typically start with, let's say, softer questions like what are your aims? Why do you want to pursue a degree in our university? And then switch to more technical questions. We do ask a lot of technical questions about, let's say, foundation courses in the industrial engineering topics. I think there are also some other questions related to industrial engineering. For instance, we do require a master's degree to start a PhD in industrial engineering. Although it is possible to apply directly after undergraduate, we generally accept students after their master's degrees are completed. And you can find the projects related to our program in the common admission website. Can Hoca also showed this. So there's a link to the application websites. So you can go there and find the open positions for the projects related to industrial engineering as well.
Thank you. Okay, I guess the next question is for Berin Hocam. He or she is wondering, it said that actually data science program is a new, and she or he checked from our website for the content of the data science and wondering, so the differences between the computer science and data science, and what is the future, what are the future plans for this program in the name of improvement?
Okay, so some of our master's theses that are already completed in the computer science program could count as data science theses. But as a program, I think that what matters is having the right requirements. So we have worked with our expertise in our data analytics professional program and also our Center of Excellence about what should be a requirement, what should be graduation requirements for someone to be called, to have a data science master's degree. So typically the data science requirements are more focused. So you have to take a course in machine learning, you have to take a course in statistics and one in optimization. And then the rest are from a relatively narrower fields, the area courses. So that's the main distinction. But otherwise, we are going to have the interviews together at the end of the computer science interview. Some of the people are applying to both programs, and there will be a lot of overlap. But there are master's programs in Turkey where it seems like there's no requirement, so there's no distinction between a CS or a data science degree. So we try to differ from that and make a case for a strong graduate.
Okay.
Hanifi, can I answer something? I see a lot of questions regarding the interviews and applications. I want to say something.
Okay.
In order for to be accepted into any of these programs, so we are looking for people who have a strong background and who also have a compatible background. So all the faculty members working in different programs, they have research agendas, different research projects, different ways that they are working on, and what they are looking for often is people who can work on these projects or on these questions. So that's what we are looking for, an academic excellence and also suitable background. I just wanted to say that. So within that, you could make a shift, and you don't also have to decide immediately as soon as you start what you're going to work on, but the sooner the better, of course.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So I guess we do not have any technical question. Okay. So we are getting lots of questions about the interviews, as you said. So someone is asking what the difference between, I guess this is a common question often, what's the difference between early and normal deadline?
Actually, I can say something about that, Hanifi. I also have seen this. It is quite confusing for some people. So let me add a couple of things. Actually, one question was, I mean, if we are accepted or if I am accepted in during the early application, will it change during the late application? Of course not. I mean, if you are accepted, you are accepted. The difference, there is no difference actually. We have two application periods and two evaluation periods. We are going to evaluate them, give some admission decisions during the early applications, or we can delay some of the applicants to the late application depending on the specifics of the applicant. And together with the late applications, we can evaluate all of them. But if you get an acceptance during the early applications, you are accepted. You don't need to reapply, or this right will not be taken away. This is the case. There is no other difference other than that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for the answer. We have another question. So someone is asking why they should choose data science or cybersecurity instead of CS. I guess Berin Hoca and Kerk Hoca can answer this.
Yeah, I can answer it for data science. The need for data science degree or the program is so that the graduates can get a good, strong education that, and they are guided in that regard. So we are offering a strong set of courses, and we are guiding the students to take the required or suitable set of courses. And if they are going to work as a data scientist, then they can show that they have the requirements. So that's the only difference. With the data science master's degree, you can easily, no problem at all, can go on the computer science PhD if you want.
Okay, thank you. I guess Erkan may continue from now.
Yeah, for the cybersecurity, yes. I mean, cybersecurity is a subfield of science and engineering, but of course it is becoming more and more important. And so, you know, the students or the researchers have to basically fulfill certain requirements, including the course requirement. And so, of course, as Berin Hoca, you know, pointed out. So having a degree, a diploma in cybersecurity is a guarantee that the person who is holding it, you know, shows some competency, you know, in terms of expertise, in terms of publications, in terms of research projects he worked on. So in Sabancı University, we have a concentration of faculty members and a concentration of projects in cybersecurity. So we decided to, you know, have a group in cybersecurity. So and we decided to give, or award some degrees in cybersecurity, because, that is going to show the candidates they have every requirement fulfilled and every, competency required in the field. So that was the reason. But of course, so this is a computer science degree in the end, and then the students who are in computer science can take classes from cybersecurity, and the students who are, or vice versa. Okay, so that's it.
Thank you. We have a question for Burak Hocam. So, what is the theoretical and practical research problems in industry? Yeah, common problems maybe.
Well, that's a very wide topic.
Yeah.
So I believe the best thing to do would be to go to our website and have a look at in detail, but I can just revert what I said during the presentation. We do have faculty members working on different aspects of optimization, including deterministic optimization and stochastic optimization. Also, we do have a reasonable number of professors working on stochastic systems and simulation. And maybe related to data science, we do also offer courses in statistics area, data science and intersection with optimization as well. And once you have this background, you can really apply these foundations to many different application areas, including transportation and supply chain. So that's a big concentration area for us. Also energy systems, production systems, revenue management, social networks. So there are lots of areas where industry engineers can actually conduct research on.
Okay, thank you. We have a question for Berin Hoca. So why machine learning and data science are so popular? I guess very common.
Well, the world has realized, there is a growing demand because companies around the world and also in Turkey have realized how much data science can contribute to their operations and to their revenues, profits, and so on. So they are looking for data scientists. They are very much in demand, both in the world and in Turkey. And why machine learning is also popular is because 10 years ago, we had a breakthrough with deep learning, almost 10 years ago, where we could improve our performance in many cognitive tasks, such as speech understanding or computer vision and so on, is much more successful with deep learning, which is part of machine learning. So that's sort of the growing attention in the area.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a question for, for both industrial engineering and data science. So someone is wondering whether he or she can have a chance to be admitted as an IE or the DS student, and he or she has BA in economics. So I guess. Okay,
I can
start, I guess.
I can start. Normally, an engineering or math degree would be more appropriate for an industrial engineering master's degree. But we do evaluate all candidates, and if we think that they can succeed in the program, after having 1 or 2 remedial semesters, they can start the regular master's program. But I have to say that this happens only very rarely. So generally, we do accept students with some IE or math or some other engineering background.
Thank you. So we are still getting some admission problems. Please direct your questions like admission problem, like
Hanefi,
about the scientific equipment. Okay.
may I say something, please?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I mistakenly delete one of the comments. I think it is kind of admission related, but I think it's important. Let me answer it.
Okay.
The question was the application to the program and the application for the scholarship. Are they two different applications? They are not two different applications. There's only one application, and during the application, you will answer some questions regarding the scholarship as well. And when we make the decision, we specify whether you got the scholarship or not, or what type of scholarship you got. We also mentioned that during the decision process. This is how the things will go. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we have a problem. We have a problem again. CS master program. I guess Alberto can answer this too. So the question is, are we able to do minor with mathematics along with CS master?
During master's program, we do not have any minor option. Whatever your major is, you are going to get the degree there. In the undergraduate, we have minor, but in the graduate programs, we do not have minor.
Okay.
But of course, you can take math courses. I mean, our program is too flexible. You can take several math courses actually during your graduate degree. It's not only for CS, in the other programs is also possible, I think. But as a different degree, as a minor degree, we do not give it.
Okay. I guess we have a question for Berin Hocam. So what's your perception about interdisciplinary computer science work? Is there any linguistic scientist for NLP?
Yes, of course. So we have Reyhan Hoca, who's working on natural language processing. She has joined us last year. She's working right in the middle of machine learning and NLP fields. This is very important interdisciplinary field, because when you say data science, it may refer to a computer vision problem, or it may refer to an NLP problem, or others. So it will be expected to be interdisciplinary.
Okay, thank you. We have one more data science problem, good question. So does the background for data science MS program differ from the computer science MS program? If so, how does it?
What is the background for data science?
No. Does the background for data science program differ from computer science program?
Okay. Possibly, slightly, yes. I mean, you know, someone who has a strong education in statistics may be accepted to the data science program, maybe not in the computer science program, I don't know. So yes, of course, there could be slightly. So in data science, we won't emphasize so much the background in computer science. Not as much, let's say.
Okay, thank you. We have two scholarship problems. Maybe Arkadia can answer them. So first question is, how many students get scholarship in general? The second one is, are scholarship given based on educational or financial background?
Let me unmute myself first, of course. Okay. I try to answer these questions as much as I can. Well, in fact, most of our, maybe almost all of our graduate students are on scholarship, one way or another form of a scholarship. There are some, students who are paying the fee, but they are really, few. But you can assume that most of the graduate students are on scholarship, and that is the answer to the first question. And the other one is, well, are scholarship given based on educational, financial background? I'm not sure what that means. In fact, I try to say a couple of things for that. Well, of course, scholarships are given, on they are merit-based, basically. So this means that we are trying to give scholarship to outstanding student candidates. And also most of our, scholarship fund coming from research projects. and if students are, compatible to the, the research project goals and objectives, and also if they are capable or they are willing to work in one of those research, externally funded research projects, and they are going to be funded by the those research projects. But most of the time, the scholarship are based on merit, basically. Yeah.
Thank you. I guess we have a question for interdisciplinary question. Do you also ask these kind of about the technical question asked in the interview about the department to the applied students, but who has finished a different bachelor's degree? So someone wants to make a MS program in different area, and he or she doesn't have a background for that program. So he or she will get technical question in the interview or not. I guess maybe Alberto, you can answer this.
If it is if the question is only related to the interview part or any technical question during the interview, my answer will be the same as before. Actually, we know the background of the students, we see the background of the applicants, and we ask questions, and at least we evaluate the responses based on this fact. It is again a case-by-case issue. I cannot say, I mean, we are going to ask a question, we are going to grade it, and this grade will be added to the particular score. We cannot generalize this, at least for this semester, actually. If we would have the regular science exam, I would say that, okay, yeah, we are going to give an exam and we are going to use this score as part of the calculation, but it's not going to be the case here. We are going to have an interview, and half of the score will come from the interview. An interview, we are going to consider all the issues regarding the applicant. That's why there is no single answer to this type of question. But we will be aware of the particular situation of the applicant, his or her background, etc.
Okay, thank you. So we have a question about, again, interviews. So are interviews of computer science and data science programs separated or not?
Actually,
no.
they are not.
Okay.
No.
Berin, buyur.
No, so we plan on putting the data science interviews sort of at the end of the computer science interviews. So the order does not matter because they will overlap with the CS and IE applications. Some people are applying to 2 of those 3 programs.
Okay, thank you. So again, let me see. Are there any possible ratios for accepting criteria like GPA, interview, language score, GRE, etc.? I guess Alberto
I cannot say anything about the threshold as of now, but we will consider the interview in general, and which also includes the background of the student, the GPA of the student. Everything is in this interview score, and also we also consider the score of the ALES or GRE exam. There are two main factors affecting the score, but I cannot say anything about the threshold as well.
Okay, so I mean, first of all, I'm skipping
the general. So let me give a general answer to this type of questions. Whatever you submit during the application will be input to your decision. I mean, your CV, your statement of purpose, your transcript, your GPA, your reference letters, your exam scores, everything will be input to the decision process. The general answer to this type of.
Okay, thank you. I guess this answer almost answered most of the question. Okay, I guess we answered almost not all. Yeah, every question, it seems like. Okay, we have another question. So are there opportunities to start a new research project in different areas, since the projects that are already exist are limited. So I guess he or she is wondering whether he or she can make his own research or bring his own research to Sabancı University or start completely new research area. I mean, anyone can answer, I guess, this question, whoever wants. Alberto, you can.
I can say a few things. Like, of course, all students are open to propose their own research area, but the issue is that he or she has to find an advisor for this project. So he or she has to convince a professor to work on a particular area, particular project. As long as they can agree with an advisor about the project, it's always possible.
So there's a question about ALES exam. I mean, so don't worry about that. So even if you do not have ALES exam result, you will be able to apply the program. So it will not be a problem. We are aware of the close date for the ALES and as well as the English exams. So yeah, the webinar is being recorded. So, I guess this is it. I mean, I'm seeing lots of questions about the interviews, and Alberto already answered all of them. So, okay, we have a problem. We have another question. He or she wonders, the question is, it has been 5 years that I have graduated from BS and not worked in closely related field. So could this be a problem? Actually, this is similar to the previous answers, I guess. But maybe Berin Raja can answer this.
Okay, so let me tell you what I tell to what I've said before. So when we are accepting a student, we are trying to find the strongest candidates who can successfully finish their the courses that they are taking in the master's program, who can take on a research problem, generate ideas and implement systems for it, and then write a paper about it, right? So there are many aspects of a master's program, and we are trying to find the best candidates that are going to be strongest in all of these fields. So I think that is the guiding principle of how we accept people. So if from a different background or from a distant background, we are just still looking for those things. Can that person successfully finish the master's program courses? Can they work well on a research problem, and can they write well? So that also answers some of the my GRE is low questions. Maybe you are very strong academically, mathematically, and so on. So maybe your supervisor will say, okay, you are going to learn writing also during the course of your thesis and you're finishing your program. But maybe, if we find someone who are good in both academically and also in writing, so maybe that will be a disadvantage.
Okay, thank you. We are getting about the recording of the seminar, This recording will be shared, so don't worry if you missed the first part of any part of the session, you will be able to listen whole session. It's not decided where we put this recording, but you will get an email, so just wait for the email to listen the parts you have missed. Okay, that's an interesting question. I don't know who wants to answer. I am 20 years old. Is it too late to start doing PhD in cybersecurity? I guess Akiraja can continue.
How old is he or she again?
29.
29. No, I mean, it is never too late to start anything. I mean, so as long as you have the motivation and the background and the will, to pursue a career, I don't think it is too late, because cybersecurity is a wide and very broad subject. you don't really have to, when you say cybersecurity, you don't really have to be white hacker or pen tester or something like that. Whole bunch of career opportunities in cybersecurity, independent of your age or even your background. I mean, you can always, start a new career. And so I really encouraged, the students or candidates of any age. I mean, in fact, if they really want, they want. Okay, so this is really important, right? If it is really what they want, I think they can basically, start a new career. And I don't think it's late if he is or she is 29 years old. And I think I just want to encourage everyone to apply independent of their age to any field, no matter what the field is.
Okay, thank you. We have one more question about cybersecurity part. So, and cybersecurity and cybersecurity program, and for interview question. So he or she says that actually, can you please share some resources or main topics we should be prepared for? So I guess this is for again interview question.
So what is the question? Can you please
share some
main
resources?
topics? Okay, well. Yeah, so what we are trying to figure out in the interview, so in fact, the basic CS background, okay? You don't really have to have any, cybersecurity background when you apply, okay? And so what is required for the cybersecurity, program, the graduate program, I think it's just common CS or any related background. So it is no different from the data science background. It is not different from the computer science background. We are not looking for any former previous, expertise, any former background, education background. Of course, these are pluses, of course, I have to admit, but I don't want to discourage anyone to be applying, because what we are looking for is just a common computer science or any related background. We are accepting students from math departments and, from electrical engineering, industrial engineering sometimes. So there is no particular background, expertise, any previous experience in cybersecurity. That's what I would like to say.
Okay, thank you. I guess that was the final question. I cannot see any new questions. So if no more questions, I guess we can end. So, yeah. So, okay, let's answer one more question. The question says that there is an English prep school opportunity for graduate programs, but interviews are in English. So how does this affect your decision?
So there is no prep school for English in graduate programs?
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
Okay, this is for bachelor science, yeah. So yeah, there is no English prep school for the graduate programs. So, but there is an English exam if you do not have any English score for graduate programs. Okay. So I guess that was the last question. So I want to thank all of our panelists, all of our professors, and all of you for your attendance. So, as I said earlier, you can always ask any questions to our professors about their disciplines, about their program, or if you have any questions about admission problems, like about the scholarship, about about everything actually, to our grad office email address that is on the right side, Sufans grad office. Yeah, I guess that's it. If any of professor would like to tell something, if not, we can close the session.